You're not broke, you're distracted, and AI is making it worse. That might sound harsh, but if you actually think about it, it explains almost everything. Right now, there are more opportunities than ever, more tools, more platforms, more ways to make money online. And yet, most people feel stuck, confused, overwhelmed, not because they don't have options, but because they have too many. And that's the problem. Not lack of opportunity, but too much noise. Let me explain. Every single day, you're exposed to new ideas. Try this AI tool. Start this side hustle. This method makes $1,000 a day. Use this prompt to make money. And every time you see something like that, your brain reacts. It says, this could be it. This could finally work. So you save the video, open a new tab, start exploring. And before you even realize it, you've left what you were doing. Again, this is not laziness. This is distraction. And AI has amplified this to another level, because now it's easier than ever to start something new. You don't need skills. You don't need experience. You don't even need time to learn. Just open a tool, type a prompt, get an output. And that feels productive. It feels like progress. But most of the time, it's just activity, not results. And there's a big difference. Because activity makes you feel busy, but results actually move you forward. And when you confuse the two, you stay stuck. You keep doing things, but nothing changes. Let me give you a simple example. You open an AI tool. You generate a business idea. You generate content. You generate a plan. And for a moment, it feels amazing, like you've done something meaningful. But then, what happens next? Nothing. Because generating is easy. Executing is hard. And that's where most people stop. They collect ideas, but they don't build anything. They consume, but they don't create consistently. They start, but they don't finish. And over time, this creates frustration. Because you feel like you're trying, but you're not getting results. So you assume, maybe I need a better idea. Maybe I need a better tool. Maybe I'm doing something wrong. And then you go back into the loop. More videos, more tools, more ideas, more distraction. This is the cycle. And if you don't break it, you can stay here for years. Not because you're not capable, but because your focus is constantly being pulled away. Now here's something important. Distraction doesn't feel like distraction. It feels like progress. That's what makes it dangerous. Because if it felt like a waste of time, you would stop. But it doesn't. It feels useful. It feels productive. It feels like you're learning. But learning without action doesn't change your life. Execution does. And that requires focus, something most people are losing, especially in the age of AI. Because AI rewards speed, instant results, quick outputs, but real progress still requires depth, time, repetition, effort. And that's where the gap is. People want fast results, but avoid slow work. So they jump from one thing to another, hoping something clicks. But nothing does, because they never go deep enough. Let me be clear. AI is not the problem. It's powerful. It's useful. It can save time. It can multiply your output, but only if you use it correctly. If you use AI without focus, it becomes a distraction machine. Endless possibilities, endless options, endless directions, and no results. So the real question is not, is AI good or bad? The real question is, how are you using it? Because the same tool can either build your future or waste your time, depending on how you approach it. Now let's talk about something real. Attention. Your attention is your most valuable asset, not your time. Your attention. Because time without attention is wasted. You can spend hours doing something, But if your mind is constantly switching, you won't make progress. And that's exactly what's happening. You start working, then you check your phone, then you open YouTube, then you see a new AI tool, then you try it, then you watch another video, and suddenly, an hour is gone, 2 hours, 3 hours, and at the end of the day, you feel busy, but not productive, because your attention was fragmented, scattered, pulled in different directions. And AI content makes this worse, because it's designed to grab your attention. New tools, new ideas, new methods, every single day. And if you're not careful, you'll spend more time learning about making money than actually making money. That's the trap. And most people don't even realize they're in it. So how do you fix this? It starts with one decision. You need to choose one path, not 10, not 5, 1, and stick to it, long enough to see results. That means ignoring everything else, even if it looks better, even if it looks easier, even if it looks faster, because switching kills progress. Every time you switch, you reset. You go back to zero. You lose momentum. You lose learning. You lose consistency. And that's why most people stay stuck. Not because they don't try, but because they don't stay. Now here's where AI can actually help. Instead of using AI to find new ideas, use it to go deeper in one idea. Use it to improve, to refine, to execute faster. Not to escape, but to build. That's the shift. From exploration to execution. From distraction to focus. From starting to finishing. And when you make that shift, everything changes. You stop chasing. You start building. You stop consuming. You start creating. You stop feeling stuck. You start seeing progress. But it won't happen instantly. And that's important to understand. Because if you expect quick results, you'll go back to distraction, looking for something faster, something easier, something better. But there is no shortcut. There is only focused work. Over time. That's it. And yes, AI can speed things up. But it can't replace effort. It can't replace consistency. It can't replace focus. So if you're feeling stuck right now, don't ask, what's the next thing I should try? Ask, what am I avoiding? Because most of the time, you already know what to do. You just don't want to do it. Because it's hard. Because it's repetitive. Because it's not exciting. But that's where results are. Not in new ideas, but in doing the same thing, better, every single day. Now think about your last 7 days. How many things did you start? How many did you finish? How many did you stick with, long enough to improve? That answer will tell you everything. Because success is not about doing more. It's about doing less, but doing it better. With focus, with intention, with consistency. And that's the part most people skip. They want the outcome, but avoid the process. And AI makes that easier. It gives you the illusion of progress, without the discipline of execution. So you feel like you're moving, but you're not. And that's why you feel stuck, not broke, distracted. And until you fix that, nothing will change. Not the tool, not the strategy, not the results. Because the problem is not external. It's internal. It's how you use your time, your attention, your energy. So here's what you need to do. Simplify everything. Pick one thing, one direction, one system, and commit to it. Remove everything else, all the noise, all the extra inputs, all the distractions, and just focus. For the next 30 days, no switching, no chasing, no starting over, just execution, every day, even when it's boring, even when it's slow, even when it feels like nothing is happening. because that's the phase where most people quit. And if you don't quit, you win. It's that simple. Not easy, but simple. So the next time you feel like, I need a new idea, pause and ask yourself, or do I just need more focus? Because most of the time, you already have everything you need. You just need to use it better. And that's the difference between people who succeed and people who stay stuck. Not intelligence, not luck. Focus, consistency, execution, over time. So no, you're not broke. You're distracted. And once you fix that, everything starts to change. Slowly, but permanently.